Today's video is not really about me. It's more about my friends, because I've known my friends, I think, for about 5 or 6 years now. I'm pretty sure this year is year 6. Can't really remember, but I love my so much. I struggled a lot growing up, especially in middle school, with making friends because I didn't really fit in. I was a weird kid. I didn't get bullied or anything like that. It was just really hard for me to fit in with people. And then when I went to high school, I met these people and they were nice at first, but they were people I could actually be myself with, and they've stuck with me for 6 years now. So I love them, truly love them. I'm a very big empathetic person. I think of myself as someone who feels things very deeply within themselves. All my feelings, I feel them super deeply. And the group of friends that I'm friends with now, I love them so much because they've witnessed every version of me so far, and they didn't really ever leave me or judge me or made me feel a way that other people in the past made me feel about other versions of myself. So it feels really good to have people like that in my corner. I think something that people usually see and think when it comes to me and my friends, or I think more me, is why I not idolize my friends. I don't idolize my friends, but why I care about what happens, or why I care about how they feel and this and that all the time. I think part of that is because I think most of us struggle with mental health, and I know how it feels to not have anyone believe you and to not have a support system when it comes to that stuff, and I don't want them to feel that way. I think when it comes to my friends, I'm a very protective person. I care about every single one of them so much. I think it's a cliche to say that you can choose your own family outside of blood, but when it comes to them, I do think it's true, just because anytime I'm with them or anytime I talk to them on the phone or anything like that, it genuinely feels like what family is supposed to feel like. I don't feel forced. I don't feel like I have to be there. I don't feel resentment towards anyone, and I just feel happy. I think for me personally, my friends are the best thing that have happened to me, because even though there's times where we don't talk for a couple months, or there's times where we're fighting, or there's times where we just can't see things eye to eye, there's not a single time where we put each other down in those situations. There's not a time where I'll think, well, this makes me want to stop being friends with them. Sure, things like that have happened where I'm like, maybe this is just not good for me, and then I snap back into it, or we have a conversation about the situation. I'm just like, you know what, you're right. I'm glad I had this conversation. But having people like that in your life is something that I think is so important, because when you think about it, there are so many people on earth, and to me, these 6 people are very important. Or these 4 people to me are important. These 4 people are people that I see every month, I talk to every day. These are my people, and that could be anyone in the whole world. Think about that, right? I'm so in love with my friends, and not romantically at all. I mean that platonically. I just love them so much. It's insane. And I think most of that is because when it comes to me being friends with someone, I've always put them before myself. And when it comes to them, that I also put them before myself, but they never make me feel like they don't put me before themselves either. They always make me feel as an equal and not someone below them. And that's really important to me because that's not something I've had in friendships before. I've never felt as an equal. I've never felt like I was a first choice. I've never felt that way. But with this friend group, it feels like we're all equals, and we all care about each other the same way that I care about them. After we hang out, sometimes I cry in my car alone just because I feel so loved when I'm with them. And it's not like I'm crying because I'm sad or anything. I'm crying because I feel so happy. I feel like, sure, I'm not rich in the money aspect or anything like that, but I feel like rich in life because my friends are, I would even go as far as to say my friends are my soulmates. Individually though, my friends are such great people, right? Like, the first one, oh, Haley, I love Haley. Haley is my fucking girl, dog. I've known her longer than I've known the rest of them because I've known her longer than I've known the rest of them because we have mutual friends. And Haley to me is the embodiment of a woman. I can't describe it, but when I look at her, I see femininity exude out of her. Her aura is just so beautiful, so feminine. I see her and I see the ideal woman, right? But she's so much more than that too. She's so witty and funny and expressive, and she's just so loving. Haley, I care about her so much just because, well, first of all, she's one of my closest friends, but on top of that, I know how it feels to feel trapped in your mind, and that's something she's struggled with in the past. And I wish she would be able to see herself the way that I see her, just because if she was able to see herself through my eyes, she would realize that there's absolutely nothing wrong with her. But it's human to feel those ways too, so I get it. But oh, I love Haley so much. I love her so much. Another one, like Miguel. Miguel has always been one of my best friends. He always will be, probably. But Miguel is one of those people that have made me feel so good about myself. There's things that Miguel will say to me in passing conversation that I'm not sure if he knows, but they make me feel good about myself in the way I don't know what I'm doing with a lot of my life. I feel like sometimes I'm just stuck and I feel like I'm 10 steps behind everyone else, and he'll say something like, you're on the right path or something like that, and it just makes me feel so validated. I just hope he knows that his words do carry weight to them, and they do mean so much to me. And he's just such a funny fucking person too. He's such a funny guy, dude. Genuinely, in high school, he used to drive me around all the time, and those car rides were some of the funniest car rides of my life. That is genuinely one of my brothers at this point. I don't think I could see my life without Miguel in it. And I know he's going to do... I feel like such a big baby talking about my friends. But, dude, Austin. God, I hate that guy. I love Austin so much. Austin is one of those people that is just so honest that you think they're rude, but they're really not. I think Austin and I are probably the most alike in the way that we're very blunt with each other. But also, when it comes to talking to each other, I think we can have a real conversation when we want to. He's a very diverse person for me. He's a very diverse friend for me because I can be hanging out with him one-on-one, talking about some random shit, and then immediately do a 180 and just talk about very deep conversations about life. But Austin, he is genuinely such a good friend. I've never felt like he doesn't care about me or anything like that. He's such a creative soul. That's what it is. Austin is such a creative soul. Austin is just like someone I can bond with over anything. And I love that so much. I love that so much about him. And then there's Zachariah. I love Zach. He's been one of my best friends too. I think it's always like, I've always said that Miguel and Zach are two of my closest friends. And Zach has always been someone I can talk to anything. Literally about anything. But Zach is such a fun person to be around. He I think I love Zach so much because I think Zach puts up this front of being a very quiet, nonchalant guy. But when you talk to him and have a real conversation with him, he becomes this person that's a kid. A genuine kid just talking. Like, you've ever talked to a 6-year-old boy about dinosaurs and how passionate they are about dinosaurs? That's what I feel like with Zach. I remember the first deep conversation we had. It was a completely different person, but still the same at the same time. I can't explain it. But Zach to me has always been such a good friend, and probably always will be. My friends have been some of the best people I've ever known. And I love them so much because of things I've gone through in my own mind, of wanting to end it all and whatnot, and they've been the ones to pull me out of that, whether they know it or not. For a very long time, the only positive interactions I had were from them. And those interactions mean so much to me, whether they understand that or not. I can never forget that. I hope they understand that when I shove a camera in their face, it's just because I want to capture the moment with them and not just for YouTube or whatever, but because I genuinely do care about making memories with them. But that's really it. That's all my friends. I hope that we get to make more videos together where you guys can actually see their personalities, because they all have really good personalities. I think any person I meet would like my friends. They're amazing people and they're funny. But anyways, if you watched the video, thank you so much. Have an amazing week and stay safe. Besitos. Bye.